Hi everyone, welcome to a Biz Creator channel. We are currently in an interview series, and you are probably here because you have a job interview coming up, and I have the best answer to your interview questions that they may ask you. And the purpose of this series is because I have a lot of experience in interviewing, and I've been a contractor in the past, and I've had 50 to 100 interviews, and I had a lot of practice, so I knew the answers that worked that got me the job. So every time I would leave a contract, I would go to the next job and use the same answer, and it always worked for me. And so I'm going to share that Q&A for you now. But first, let me tell you a little bit about the channel. This channel was created for content creators, business owners, new business owners, 9-to-5ers, and remote workers. And I created this channel so that we can all collaborate and share our knowledge with each other. And so I'm glad you stopped by. I'm very passionate about helping people, and so that's why I did the interview series. So if you haven't, go check out the playlist, because what I did when I started this series was I went to ChatGPT and I typed in what are the 10 most commonly Googled interview questions. And the 10 questions that came up, I picked the 3 hardest ones first to answer. And so I went through those first, and then I went through 1 through 9, and then this is question number 10. And also you will find while you're interviewing that these are very common questions that the interviewers will ask you. And so your answers really do matter, and practicing does matter. So thank you for sticking around and hearing about a Biz Creator channel. If it sounds like a channel that you'd be interested in participating in or being a part of in the future, please stick around, and we're here to help you. And I'm so glad that you found us. Okay, so like I said, I went to ChatGPT. I Googled the 10 most commonly Googled interview questions, and this is question number 10. Tell me about your, scratch that. And I have my notes too. Okay, question number 10. Tell me about a time that you faced a challenge and how you handled it. Okay, before I answer this, I want you to know that everyone makes mistakes in your job. It's just part of being human. So everyone makes mistakes. Keep that in mind when you're answering this question. Okay, here we go. Tell me about a time that you faced a challenge and how you handled it. Well, one time that I had a challenge was I was working with a customer who had seemed pretty upset. We were interacting in a storefront setting. And so the way I diffused the situation was by reassuring the customer that I would get them their answer as promptly as I could. If I was not able to help them, I would get the manager involved to let them know. I wanted to let the customer know that they are heard, that I hear them, and I wanted to speak to them in a professional manner and tone. And this diffused the situation. I never had to get the manager. So that was one scenario. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge and how you handled it. One time, I had a challenge. I was working on a spreadsheet and I didn't save it, and the spreadsheet was due by the end of the day. So I did a little bit of troubleshooting on my own to try to find the previous version with no luck. I reached out to IT, and I also asked my manager. I also let my manager know about the delay. So what I did was I left a line of communication open involving other departments that would be able to help me resolve the issue. IT would be able to retract the previous version on my computer, and my manager also knew that if it wasn't done by the end of the day, that he or she could check back up on me and help me through the situation. Okay. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge and how you handled it. Here's answer number 3. I made an error on a project I was working on. There was a mileage rate correction. Okay, let's start over on that one. Sorry. I got a little tongue-tied. Here we go. Tell me about a time you fixed it. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge and how you handled it. Now I'm getting tongue-tied. Okay, this is scenario number 3. And these are just examples you put in your own scenario. I made an error on a project I was working on. It was a mileage rate. There was a mileage rate that was incorrect. And although I was still fairly new to the company, upon my manager's review, I took the opportunity to learn about what was the mistake that I had made and how to correct it. I also reassured her moving forward that I would ask more questions, and I also apologized for inadvertently putting in the wrong mileage rates in the spreadsheet. And so with being proactive in this manner, I was able to learn that the mileage rates were saved to another folder, a folder that I was not aware of. And so in hindsight, it was not necessarily my error. However, being able to be forthright and upfront with my manager, we were able to collaborate and resolve the situation together. Okay, so you may ask, what's the purpose of this question? Well, it's to get an idea of how you problem solve in a work environment, and it's a very open-ended answer. It really is just taking an experience you've had with them, a situation where you had to make a resolution. It could be very basic. So your answers don't have to be but a couple sentences long, like I've said in other previous interview answer questions. So just keep it very short and sweet and you'll be fine. Okay, so here's my golden pro advice tip. Here we go. Number 1, you're going to state the issue. Number 2, you're going to take accountability. And lastly, you're going to explain the resolution. Okay, those are that's the pro advice that I have when you're answering. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge and how you handled it. State the issue, take accountability, explain the resolution. And it's okay to ask for help. You can always ask for help. Well, I hope you like those answers. Like I said, the purpose is to get an idea of how you problem solve. They're not going to judge you by it. We all make mistakes. I'll tell you about one now as a bonus. I was working in an accounting department and I sent a wire that was, I believe, $3 million. It wasn't incorrect. It just wasn't supposed to be, it wasn't approved to be sent. I think it was a situation. So I talked to the manager right away. I told him about it and they said it's okay because even though I sent the wire, it goes through their approval in the system. However, I knew as soon as I sent it, I knew there was something wrong. I can't remember right now what the situation was, but I was a contractor at the time. And so as a contractor, they know that you make mistakes. A contractor is like a new employee. And everything was fine. I even was able to, even after the time that I spent there was 3 months, which is a standard contract is about 3 months. They were willing, even after the whole error situation, they were willing to extend my contract to a new position. So I didn't take it because I had a better offer. But that's my next series is contracting. If you want to be a contractor, I have so many good tips for you. So yes, please subscribe if you're interested in knowing more. And I'm here to help you. So take care and welcome to the Great Room. And you are great. And don't give up. Just keep trying. Everything's going to be fine. All right. Bye-bye. See ya.